up the tempo. Shawty got no choice but to get low. Ain't the tallest, but I'm ballin' like I'm 6'4". Yeah, the life I live, I was meant for. It's simple, if we up the tempo. Shawty got no choice but to get low. Ain't the tallest, but I'm ballin' like I'm 6'4".
Old school, new school. You know what it is. You know who it is. OG Lee.
OG Lee in the house. Once again. Thank goodness.
Oh, thank goodness, man. Thank goodness.
And thank goodness again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness, we here.
Best father-son podcast in America.
Back to back.
Getting grace. School is getting grace with episode 59.
59.
Yeah.
59.
59, man. It's been a long time coming.
I don't always drink beer, but when I do, I prefer 59.
Yeah, that one kind of sounded a little smoother. Nueve. That gives it an extra
50. Yeah, man, 59. That's my age.
No, it's not. No, how? No, you 60. No, you're born in 62.
And if I tell you, I have to kill you.
Born in
1978.
Cap.
Yes.
Cap.
Year of
You're looking pretty good for your age, though, bro.
Hey, cameras tell lies.
What's the secret, man? Tell these people a little secret for that.
I don't know any secret, man. I think I look my age.
How do you start your day?
By washing up.
Little face wash.
Got to wash. Richard probably used to say that. Got to wash your ass.
Got to be more careful.
But yeah, that's how I do, man. And every day I get up, drink my 4 cups of coffee. No, I never.
I'm gonna say you're not a coffee guy, bro.
I can't deal with coffee, man. Coffee fucks me.
Give you the shakes.
Yeah,
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of like especially that shit from like
Columbia, you were telling me, right? You had that Columbia coffee.
Yeah. And it got grounded right there.
Yeah.
But it was like speed for me,
cocaine
man.
mix in there.
Yeah, I think it was some
about.
coca. Yes, sir.
Straight from the motherland.
They got enough of it. I guess they could do that, you know.
Yeah. They got that cocaine. They got.
So let's do a little toast here. You got anything to toast with, man? Toast with that right there.
Now.
Agua. Boom.
Some agua.
Toast to another day of being here on Earth, man. I don't know. I don't know if you know Bob Uecker, but Bob Uecker died today.
I don't know Bob Uecker. Tell me about old Bobber.
They just called him Mr. Baseball. He started off as a baseball player, and then he went into commentating. He went into comedy. He was like the voice for the Milwaukee Brewers for quite a bit of years. But
I feel like that's what I need to get into. Something like that.
Bob Uecker. I think Bob Uecker. You'll know him if you see him, probably.
And I did this, man. But
yeah, rest in peace, Bob.
Episode 59, man. We just kind of breezed into it. I know last episode was a little blah. How's that mental health today, man?
Man, today was a good day. The sun was shining.
I know it got up a little bit in that temperature. Somebody gonna be sick the next couple of days, but I love when it gets nice and warm.
Yeah. The so-called snow that we had, most of it melted. And it was a good day, man. I had to go and do some things with the car. And man, I hate to go shopping, man. It's just a bad experience to me now, man.
In all aspects.
Bad experience. Yeah.
Who were you shopping for?
Tires, car tires.
Oh man, that's some terrible shopping.
Yeah. I mean, it's just everything. It's the customer service. It's like, man, it's totally different because you got, especially after COVID, to me, you got like a new breed of worker. And they don't understand it by the old American ethic, man. And it's fucked up.
What's the difference? What's the new breed like?
Simply put, the old American ethic was appreciation of your customer. Realizing that without the customer, we have no business. It's changed around now to where it's like, hey, I don't care if you shop here or not. That's obviously the worker, not the owners or whatever. But it's the attitude about customer service has flipped.
Make the customer right again.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
make the customer always right again.
That's the way it used to be. You know what I'm saying?
We need some of them teas.
Yeah. Now though the customers are so rude. But yeah, when you're in that professional part of it, you really have to restrain, and they need to teach that. And have the little videos in the training and shit. This is what you do. If 2 black people come up to the thing yelling. Well, you know what I'm saying? I mean, realistic shit. Cause that shit, I'm telling you, go through some YouTube videos and show them how people act. Black and white, but you probably gonna find, it's more of the former. But how to do that? People do that, man. That's why certain people sit people in certain areas and all of that shit, man, without around other customers and all of that.
They may be
you hate to do that shit, but you realize, certain people, they act the fuck up in public like it ain't nothing no more. I mean, it's crazy,
out.
Man.
No home training.
Yeah. And then I hate to see it when I'm standing in line and somebody starts that shit. I'm like, man, I'm waiting in line. Take that shit somewhere else. And they usually wrong. That's the problem I have with usually arguing about some shit that don't make no sense. Coupon
didn't scan correctly.
Yeah, I seen them argue.
I'm about to say, what's the most recent one you got? I haven't seen too much. I see it online usually, like some nonsense. I don't think I've got an in-person encounter in a good minute.
You know what? I go to the store, man, at like 10 o'clock and earlier. Because I get up in the morning.
You get out there with them,
I get up in the morning.
With them wild boys.
I get up in the morning, man, and handle that when there's no riffraff. Riffraff is sleep at that time. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have those experiences usually either. For that reason, I avoid them. But
that 5 o'clock crowd you're talking about, that 6 o'clock, 7.
Yeah. And then if it's on the weekends, you know what I'm saying, about 3 or 4 o'clock, they start stirring around. But I do that to avoid crowds, just for simplicity's sake, but also to avoid all that kind of stuff. Because nowadays, I'm telling you, people do stupid shit. I see it, man. I see it. Just things that, start accidents from stupid. Start arguments from stupid stuff. Arguments.
Does OG Lee use grocery pickup?
No, I never have, man. Because when I tried that during COVID, it always seemed like they couldn't get the damn order right, and they were doing that substitute shit. I finally had to tell them, don't substitute nothing, because it seemed like they were going and grabbing the first thing, And I'm like, man, when they got it right, kind of right, I'm like, is it a way that you could say that same shit I got last time, you know what I'm saying, to the person who's picking it out?
I think that might be a feature, though, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I mean, it is, but then they don't pick it out. So I'm trying to tell them, do whatever your boy did. Did he tell you it was in aisle 17 or whatever he did, you know what I'm saying? I want the same shit every time.
They might be out, though, bro. Dang, what you want them to do?
Huh?
They might be out of the product.
Man, you ain't out of that shit that many times. And I know kind of this shit when I was shopping, they always had it. So maybe COVID, I don't know. Because sometimes they get it right, sometimes they don't. But anyway, I don't use that. I just haven't been thinking about that like a young person would think about all that DoorDash and all. I don't use none of that shit. I just go get my own shit.
I just know you were saying you wanted to avoid crowds. That's like the ultimate.
As I say, I go early. I avoid it like that by going early when I know these niggas are asleep.
When riffraff in there. You know riffraff?
I don't know. Is that a rap group or something?
No, he's like a rapper. Ironically, he was on one of Diddy's shows, or I think maybe Farnsworth. Maybe G's to Gents. You remember that show?
I didn't catch that one. That was a P. Diddy show?
No, I think it was Farnsworth Bentley. Now that I'm thinking about it,
he dropped out of sight. They said, right?
I don't know.
It was saying that he had some ties.
With the Diddy Tales, dropped out from that.
And then he said he dropped out of sight.
I hadn't seen him prior. Before that, he might have knew something was up before the big ball dropped. Because I haven't heard from old Farnsworth in a good minute now that I think about it.
I've heard of him, but I really didn't know. I don't know what he did or what for.
Held umbrellas for Diddy and shit like that, I think, for real.
If he held umbrellas for Diddy, what else of Diddy's?
I might be disrespecting him, but that's kind of what I remember.
If you held umbrellas for Diddy and then we find out Diddy's all tripping like that.
Might have been his stylist, or I might be lying now.
Even Diddy's stylist had to be probably a freaky motherfucker, whoever he or she was.
Oh, come on. I think the whole Diddy team, you got to be free. It's like a part of it.
I think it is. I mean, it's like get in where you fit in, you know what I'm saying? Which I ain't mad at them and shit. As long as you didn't do nothing enough to go to prison and shit, you know what I'm saying?
That's on the resume.
Being a freak is no felony, you know what I'm saying? So you can do all that crazy shit you want. You just can't do shit and violating other people. at least you can't do that shit and get caught. Because apparently he did it for a long goddamn time from what they say.
Tripping, man. And I feel like the darkest skeletons still, they probably won't get out of there.
But that's like my man was saying earlier, being blunt about, things that happen. As a matter of fact, it's like he had his time in the sun, you know what I'm saying? And so if you say life has equilibrium, now you're dealing with another aspect of life and you got to learn how to deal with it.
He in the shade.
Shit.
Come on.
I don't know. If his nature could really come out, you know what I'm saying? He might be in the ideal place for his nature. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? He's like, hey, wake up around booty. You know what I'm saying?
Boy, he get pick of the crop.
He gotta be in there. If he get him and his roommate like that, shit, you 24/7. You know what I'm saying?
Chill out, bro. Dang, man. Get off Diddy, man. Get off Diddy. But you check some any ESPNs? Did you see the Ja almost poster of Wembanyama?
Oh yeah. But you know what, man? Just because you're 7'4", that don't mean motherfuckers can't dunk on you. You know what I'm saying?
No, he don't get dunked. It's really crazy the stats that Wemby's putting up as far as
he's nice. I love his handle for a guy that size.
He's really like generational.
You saw that big white boy though? I saw this today with Shaq. Big white boy was like Shaq. His head was in his chest.
He's super weird.
Kid came from I think he's in the state of Pennsylvania somewhere now, something like that. Big kid, 7'9". He's a freshman in college.
Kids are massive though. I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about?
I haven't seen this.
7'9" white kid, man. Yeah, he's from
Center?
Canada.
Does he play basketball or something?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they showed him up against Shaq. I mean, not like playing a game, but just to show that size difference. But he's a Canadian. But he was playing his. I think it might be. He played his high school ball in Florida. And now he's at one of these Division I schools or whatever.
We'll have to look him up. 7'9". That's easy to find. Google that.
Yeah, and so they said he was like, I don't know, always tall, obviously. So they searched the world. They called and said, because the NBA started looking at people in like 6th, 7th grade and shit. So they knew a guy from Canada. Let's get him in here in America, start training him.
I wonder if he's nice.
This is $1 billion kid, man. This is our attraction for people to keep coming to the games and shit like that.
I just typed 7'9". They gave me some Bible verses.
7'9". Oh, they gave you some Bible. You need Jesus, man. With that hat, needs Jesus. You disrespected now.
We've been through some times.
Hey,
here where we finally made it through.
If anybody knows anything to do with the Rockets, man, have that organization send this man a hat. Because he's been loyal to them, even when they was just straight up losers.
Come on, this is throwback hat right now. This that rally cap.
Yeah, it went from throwback to
okay. I actually have seen this kid. I didn't know he was 7'9" though.
That's what they said. He's 7'9", right?
He's just a freshman.
Yeah.
He's got some years to develop.
You damn sure didn't see him eye to eye.
No, sir. That boy got a whole couple feet on me. It's crazy.
7'9". They'll have to start. I mean, I don't know. If he was this is the thing. If he was as dominant, maybe they were had him talking to Shaq for Shaq to try to talk him into
how do you
dominance.
compete with that?
Because if you 7'9" and he acting like a Shaq, forget about it, man.
He might be soft. Is he soft?
I'm sure he is now. That's why they probably, now that I'm thinking about it, had him in Shaq's company for Shaq to try to show him how to dominate down in the post.
Give him some chest bumps.
Shit.
7'9".
He gonna be chest bumping up against like they head and shit like that.
But he's a freshman in high school, so he's probably...
he's a freshman in college now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say,
but he's probably come out after 2 years.
150 pounds or something crazy.
No, he's lanky, but he looks like he put together pretty good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like if you're 7 feet, you're at least gotta be 250 at least.
Yeah, he's probably 300 plus pounds or something like that. Yeah.
Big boy.
Big mother.
No, big boy.
One of them big mother.
Speaking of an almost crazy play with Ja, what would you say is the best sports moment that you physically witnessed? Like you were watching
from Ja?
Or not Ja, just like in general. Even like from historically, you were watching the game and it was like, oh.
I don't know, man, because these brothers have been so talented, man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really have one. You know, there's just, so many. And now I'm not on the game that, tough to where I watch it, much less remember that shit.
I'll say Mama.
But all of them are exciting. That guy, what's his name? John Moran. The thing I love about him, man, is that the guy is incredible in terms of his hops, man.
Crazy athleticism for sure.
And I just think about that, man, when I think about how much of that is your mind. You know what I'm saying?
So I think I can type of deal.
Yeah. Because if you look at him, it's not like he looks like he got bodybuilding legs or something. You know what I'm saying? He just looked like the average Joe, right? So, but you think, what is it that makes him able to do that as opposed to the average, not the average Joe, the average basketball player, his height? I mean, they just ain't doing it like him. So it's also this.
They're superhumans out there.
You know, to take it to another level. Yeah.
But John and his come up from like a Murray State, like I think that's a large or a part of, I guess, like his legacy.
That was a good part of his development, I guess. Is that where he went, Murray State?
Yeah, just like Steph, like a Davidson, place you never even heard of. Yeah. I think that makes a difference.
It gives you probably more practice. You know what I'm saying? Because you're good. That gives you practice over people like really that are inferior to you. You know what I'm saying? So however many years you're in college, you really just practicing.
Mastering that craft. He was definitely bouncy back in those days too. Back in
Murray
those
State.
days.
And what state is that?
I'm really not even sure. Not sure.
Because I've heard of that, man, and I heard of a couple of players coming out of there. No, I'm lying. I ain't never heard.
I was about to say,
but Memphis. I heard of this the college. I just never heard nobody coming out of there. But I'm sure he had a lot of firsts. But what I really cannot understand, man, is how somebody could play. This guy make like 60 or 80 million for 5 years or something like that, right? It's unfucking.
It's probably more than I don't know exactly. Yeah. But it says in Kentucky.
It's in Kentucky? So my man, where's he from? He's from Kentucky? Because would somebody come from Kentucky to recruit you? Where was he living?
I have no.
I know he was living somewhere with his.
I feel like he plays in Memphis. I don't know if he was actually from it. I feel like he might have family there or something like that, or but he had some Memphis connect. I do.
One day I might do the research on the shit we talk about before the show. You know?
No, this that good old father son sit down powwow, the schoolie game. We're gonna be here with us one day. We're gonna be live, and people gonna be kind of tapping in.
Yeah, we're going live soon, man. What we gotta do? We're gonna hook the place up to go live.
Gonna go live, tap in with some schoolies.
Schoolies?
Why
what you say?
schooling?
If they cool with you, come school with you.
If they cool with me, come school with me, man. If you're cool with me, come school with me.
Okay.
But I was gonna take a quick little woosah, but
I want the people to subscribe. I heard a person say, he said, man, if you want the people to subscribe, you gotta actually say it during your video. So like they won't actually do it unless you tell them, hey, if you subscribe, you know what I'm saying, you hit the like button, that kind of helps us with the algorithm, blah, blah. You know, they say all
algorithm balls.
Yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe. But we were talking about Ja.
Shit, let us get 2 likes anyway.
About Ja and Steph, right?
Yeah.
And a little early, but do you know what that did by chance?
It might have triggered the word of the day.
It gave me that good old word of the day, bro.
Word of the day.
And the word of the day today.
Word of the day.
Like I said, 2025, we putting words in our bag. We really use them. We're not just trying to We're not just trying to fluff up the vocabulary here. You might use this, but the word of the day today is.
But wait, man, I gotta keep repeating this to myself and to you. Sometimes we might give them some words, man, and they may use them in the wrong way. Because I do that shit every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? So just use the words that you know how to use. You know what I'm saying? We do the word of the day. You may catch on to 1 or 2, put them in your bag, but just use them as you know how to use them. Use whatever word you know until you get
OG Lee gonna show you how to use this one right here in the sentence. But
the
word of today is
use your words.
Cultivate.
Cultivate.
And cultivate, most simply defined,
cultivate
is to prepare and use in kind of the agricultural sense. You can use it for crops or gardening, but it can also mean to try to acquire or develop.
Yes, because I've heard of cultivating relationships. Yeah.
Give me a sentence. Use that bad boy in a sentence.
Cultivate.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pass on this one until my mind gets right, because I was thinking of something, and I heard this old lady say the other day, "You should not say everything you think."
Oh yeah, those are wise words.
I disagree with her in some ways, but in some ways that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pass this on to you until the slate gets clean.
Okay, I say just like the around the sentences that brought the word to mind. We're talking Steph and Ja. So Ja and Steph went to Murray State and Davidson, some unnamed schools that help cultivate their skills into the players they've become today.
Yeah. Good use of the word, man. That's why I passed it on to you, because you are a chip off the old block.
That's a fact.
So I absolutely knew that you would be able to handle that situation, man. Yeah.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. But hey, like OG Lee was saying, man, I gotta tell y'all to go like, comment, subscribe, man. Hit the notification bell. Leave us a comment, a like. Tell us what you want to see, man. We're going to take us just a little break. I think I'm going to pour me up a little something. And this one, take a woosah and be right back. And we are back.
Back up on the scene.
Back from a little woosah. Pour me up a little.
Man, wait. Tell them about what the woosah is. What is a woosah? What's a woosah?
Woosah. It is something that I hope my schoolies out there are taking at least once or twice a day.
Schoolies.
Where you just kind of take a nice breath in, a nice breath out, in the mouth, out the nose, man. And just kind of appreciate.
Not like a siesta or anything like that.
Not quite a whole siesta, but more like a yoga. little breathing, little woosah, a little bring it all together, a little chakra, something crazy like that. You know what I mean?
I love yoga. Love me some yoga. That vanilla.
That dang, what's the classic? Not vanilla bean.
I love New York.
What's mom's favorite?
Butter pecan.
Butter pecan, yeah.
Or butter pecan, should we say.
Butter pecan. What's your favorite ice cream?
I like plain shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's like
straight vanilla.
But I like chocolate? The one which is some form of vanilla. I forget what the hell.
I think it might be vanilla bean.
I don't normally get. Seemed like it was. It might have been the vanilla bean. And it had a little twist to it. It wasn't just quite like the vanilla.
A little something on there.
But I never met too many ice creams I didn't like, to be honest. You know, but in terms of me just going to the store, instead of going through the whole aisle, you know what I'm saying? I kind of pick, something real basic. But
simple guy.
I never met too many ice creams I didn't like.
So with that said, what's an ice cream you taste you didn't like?
Oh, yeah, this one for sure. Anything dealing with mint. Like that green shit, like that. I can't stand that shit.
Anything like that.
I hate that shit. That for sure. Yeah,
I definitely wouldn't be picking it out. But
Man,
I tasted a recent flavor. Shout out Lob Lolly.
Yeah,
it was
that's a very unique texture in their ice cream too. Lob Lolly
flavors too, but it was
Little Rock. Lob
was
Lolly.
It toffee? It was something that I was thinking it was caramel, but it was
and they name them different kind of thing too. I can't remember them.
It was a holiday flavor, but I think it was like a toffee.
Yeah, it was a Christmas.
Butterscotch. It was butterscotch.
Okay.
Butterscotch. Because I was thinking I don't really like the candy so much, but how it was mixed into the ice cream. Oof.
Yeah, if you haven't tried that, if you in Little Rock, Lob Lolly down on Main Street, definitely some good ice cream, and just keeping it real is, you're gonna pay a little something, you know what I'm saying? But it's homemade and it's got an original flavor, and they got I don't know how many flavors now.
Unique.
And it's got a very unique texture to it. It's really creamy. You just gotta try it. You gotta try it. Lob Lolly.
Shout out Lob Lolly. But
And I really just wanted to say that name, Lob Lolly.
Lob Lolly, Lob Lolly, Lob
Lolly.
Anywho, that's a little promo for him right there. But hey, man,
get your hands on some Lob Lolly, and for the rest of the day, you will be
jolly.
Okay.
Oh, we haven't or hadn't, I should say, checked in on old Pally in quite some time, bro.
Oh my goodness.
We was free and Pally hardcore at one point, and then kind of like the rest
of the world. I told you they would give up, man. I told you the Americans and the Israelis would give up soon. So they had to, they're making it seem like, hey, we've done everything. Even when we were in talks, we still threw some bombs on them last night, But they already know they came up on, man. Look, when it comes to America and Israel, make no mistake, they are about money, right? Now, you look at these people like these, what they call these Houthis, right? And they might look at them like a smaller faction of an army, right? But they created so much havoc in the Red Sea they didn't tell you about. They couldn't push their shit through there like they normally do, have to take it all the way around. That shit cost them so much money. Man, there was nothing they could do in that situation. They had to eventually give up, but they're making it seem like those other people gave up. Them other people are used to hiding in tunnels and fighting in, that's their whole life story, the big giant, Satan would come and we'd be doing all. So they prepared for all that stuff because they know the certain ways that no matter what, we got the stronghold over here. You know what I'm saying? No matter what you tell people, we got a stronghold in certain parts of these places that no matter what you do, we got you, And if Iran throws enough bombs over on Israel, enough of them are hitting on your stuff for y'all to know, we got to stop this shit. You know what I mean? So it's time for a ceasefire. Cut this shit out. Don't do that shit no more, Trump. Cut out all the fucking fighting. All that money look how much money these motherfuckers spent on killing people,
so many artifacts.
And nobody is saying shit about that. How much money you spending on killing motherfuckers, man? That's money that could be going for so much shit, man.
Say a natural disaster on the west side of our country.
Man, I want the schoolies, hold that right there, but I want the schoolies, since I mentioned that, I want the schoolies to tell me, man, if any of them have experienced your credit card company sending you a letter saying they're going up on your credit card, on your interest rates. Yeah, I've experienced that this week, man. This is a card I don't even use. Mm-hmm. It's like, shit. And then I'm telling you, man, this is another thing right in line when I was talking about American customer service. Bruh, the interest rates that these banks charge you, I'm telling you, is the same interest rates that the loan sharks charge. More than that. Yep. That used to be what you call usurious. Usury, man. Now it's like that's the normal rate. You're like, my credit score is like 800. They're telling you your credit interest rate is 24%. It's like, wait a minute.
If you're lucky,
man, that is something. And see, nobody's regulating that. Nobody said anything about that. That used to be really what these damn near payday lenders was charging. And everybody's quiet about that shit like nothing's going on. I'm saying there's something really, really wrong here.
Yes, indeed. And a lot of people's lives, they just really paying interest.
Right, and you don't think about it. You build it into your lifestyle, but the banks, they're laughing all the way to the bank. You know what I'm saying?
Building another one.
It's like nobody's saying. They're laughing. It's like, 24%. Nobody's saying anything. It's crazy.
Making money out of literally thin air.
Yeah, man.
A crazy one.
Puts you into a crazy lifestyle. And if it doesn't stop, that's my thing. And that's why I'm so excited to see what happens, good or bad, to Trump. I'm just anticipating shit like everybody else, man. Because I'm like, man, if somebody's going to put you through a test, it's going to be these folks. I mean, as far as financially. Because, boy,
when do the mandates happen? Do we say Monday?
Mandates can happen. The mandates will happen throughout his term, basically, right? But what he would want to do is show change in terms of the mandates as soon as possible. You know what I'm saying? Because as I've always said, and the politicians know, they've got to get, that's why he's trying to hit the ground running with all of these people that he's nominated for these positions because he knows I got to do it within 2 years. If you don't do it within 2 years, which he's a lame duck anyway, right? Because he can't get voted in again.
Lame man duck.
If he don't get it within 2 years, bro, they usually will vote against, and then the House and the Senate won't be controlled by the Republicans and yada, yada, yada. So he's got to get it within the first 2 years and run with it. So, I'm interested to see what's what, because they do believe in doing this and that with money and banking and all this shit, and sometimes it works for them. Well, it always works for them, but sometimes it works for you. But a lot of times it doesn't. So we got to see what happens.
I almost wanted to say most time it doesn't, but I ain't going to be that pessimistic.
We would probably say, well, the truth is the truth, right? The banks always win, just like you're not going to win Vegas, right? If you keep it up, it's designed for the house to win. And we don't think there's anything wrong with that, right? So the same thing when you go to the bank. That's why the bank keeps pushing the envelope. See how high we can go before we break them. And nobody's saying anything. We had 25% for people with excellent credit damn near. So, it's just a matter of time. This is how, the country will implode. Oh, my God. We's free. We're free. Thank God Almighty. We's free.
Hey, and that bill right there, man, if you a schoolie, if you cool with me, you schooling with me, that's an indication of a good old...
Wait, man. This right here is
no, you
also... you know what this is called?
What's it called?
This is called the Freedom Bell.
Freedom or liberty, one of the same.
So on an optimistic note, these next 4 years, we talked about it last episode or two.
Yeah.
It's about these people getting them an investment account. That one person that I was talking to, I wanted you to do that, man. I hope you did it. I'm going to emphasize that again. Start that. Because for these next 4 years, man, we want to look at this after the next 4 years. Because what I'm going to do is as we come here,
you got to do that, yeah.
As we come here and do these talks, we will look at it and go, hey, what did they do, you know what I'm saying, that they said they were going to do? You know what I'm saying? And see how that's going, and we could track it, right? 4 years go by as we're talking about things, talking about Bitcoin, talking about investments. We can say, hey, 4 years ago, we started this. Where are you at 4 years? Where are you at now? You know what I'm saying? And if we did some things that took advantage of some opportunities, we'll be able to say, hey, no matter who was the president, we're better off financially. You know what I'm saying? So we want to start something here and start that account. Because this is not investment advice, but I've got another stock that I want to let somebody take a look at. This is before we do this mind crusher, okay? Now, this right here is a simple play, and from here on out, what I want people to do is not think about the mind crushers. That's why I brought this up when you said that, right? Because everybody thinks they got to hit the ball out of the park with this new investment, all right, this new technology.
Right.
And what I'm telling people to do is start with, as I was saying before, the things, you use, and also companies that pay a dividend, right? So real quick, I'm going to tell you about one that I want you to do your research on. And it's the symbol ARLP, if I got it right. It should be Alliance Partners. And this company right now is doing real well. It's basically dealing with coal, And we going into administration, right? They're not with this green stuff like the last administration was, right?
Yep.
So coal is something that even if they were going with green, it's not something that's going to play out tomorrow. There's so many things that use that energy, right? Burning coal.
Mother frackers.
And so this company has paid a dividend for a long time because coal is such a basic thing that everybody has to have. So right now, ARLP, look at it. The dividend yield is over 10%. And it's not even at its lowest point. So imagine when we hold this thing over the next 2 or 3 years and it goes to its lowest point, we're still buying. You're getting a dividend yield of 13, 14% probably, right? And they've been paying it for a mighty long time, right? So ARLP, just look at it. This is not financial advice. I'm telling you to build your portfolio around basics, not around all of this fluff that people are talking about. Even though we're going to do a small percentage into some speculation. But for stuff like for your kids, for instance, this would be an excellent one to add. Coal is not going to play out for a long time. Dividend is 10%, and have that dividend reinvested every time, every quarter that they pay you that. They've been paying that for like 40 years or something. Man, you could almost take that to the bank. Build on that. Put that in your portfolio just as one of those sidelines that nobody's thinking about, right? Mm-hmm. Who was telling you? You go look on an investor's page right now.
Come on,
right?
talk that talk, OG Lee.
He's not telling you to invest in coal.
Yeah.
He said, man, go into, even though I've told people about quantum stocks and that kind of thing, but that's the speculative part with the 10% or whatever. Mm-hmm. With the bulk of it, man, you're putting it in stuff. You know these people make money. You know they make revenue. They've been paying you a dividend. That's for so long.
For years.
That's rewarding you. Huh? Mm-hmm. And 10%. That's just one of those that we look at and say, hey, this is one we dollar cost average into. 10% dividend. Hey, take a look at it. ARLP. This is not financial advice, but guess what? If you've always doing what you always done,
you're going to get what you always got.
If you always do what you always done, you always get what you always got.
And you cooling with us. And
let's go on with this mind crushing thing, man. I hope I didn't crush their minds already, but let's go on with this mind crushing thing.
But we rang the bell. And you know that means this is a good old mind crusher.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
This mind crusher today is titled, It's a Simulation, Man. If you alone, just you, discovered that the whole world was a giant video game getting played by some dipshit alien kid, like The Sims or Animal Crossing or whatever, would this change your life in any way? Would you tell anyone?
Bro, we got to get some folk in here to send us some different mind-crushing cards.
Come on.
Got to get some mind-crushing cards from the other side of the track. Man.
Come on, you found out there's just some kid that's been playing this simulation.
You got another one in there?
You want another one?
I ain't have another one, man.
Dang, that one crushed your mind too hard, bro.
That one was such a mind crusher, man, that if I would see who authored that one, I would slap the shit out of him, man.
Dang, bro, I actually like that one.
You like that one? If you remind me, man, I'm going to have to somehow get some other mind crushing shit, because these are just
If you found out, I can't believe you disrespect like that.
No, man, that's some slapper one. You know how you be muttering shit under your breath?
You just feel like, you want me to just read off a random one?
Read off a random one, man.
This one is You Guys Suck.
You Guys Suck? That's the title?
Everybody go around in a circle saying your favorite movie. But lie if you want to, then try to guess who is lying. That's trash.
Oh, what happened? Why is that trash?
Okay, so
what is your favorite movie though, man? Do you have one right off the top?
It'll probably be Training Day.
Training Day. Well, let me ask you, who was your favorite character in Training Day?
I guess I never really thought about a particular character, but
so
it'd probably be Alfonso.
It wasn't Denzel?
Yeah, that's Denzel.
Oh, that's right. That was his name, Alfonso. I showed you how much I remember, although I do remember parts of it. But yeah, so that was your favorite guy.
Yeah.
So do you remember something that he said that you know, in the movie?
The classic, like, spaz out in the middle of the hood was pretty. I have all you motherfuckers playing basketball. That's a classic. And then, in the shotgun scene when they're in the house, there's a kid there, Jake.
So that was a good movie, and Denzel impressed you in that movie.
Yeah, so
yeah. Because I
really haven't watched a whole lot of movies either.
Yeah.
So that's just like one that I definitely watch.
Comes here, so yeah. Because I tell people, man, some of these actors, you know, when they do, because you have some actors who were black never played certain roles, you know what I'm saying? Because they know how influential they are. Then you get certain actors, they play all these crazy roles, then they act like, that, they supposed to be praised. Nobody's supposed to say nothing about them because they're playing Hamlet in another role or some shit. But the roles that was most influential was some badass roles, and they had influence on people like you. And some of them lived shit out like that. You know what I'm saying? And so some of these actors I see, I'm like, man, you may have played some good roles, but the more influential roles were the bad ones. Because mine of all time is Scarface. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm like, man, that's the ones that get, that really, people pay attention to, is the ones just shooting people, killing motherfuckers, selling dope, shit like, because there's a lot of times things that you do, you see people do that you probably wouldn't do. You know what I'm saying? You glorify that life. You know what I mean? And so to me, I'm saying to actors, if you do that, that's great, but don't think that, you're not responsible for half these motherfuckers in prison. Because that's who does that shit, these gullible motherfuckers that live in these fucking hoods. They know exactly what the fuck
I got one here for you right here. Because we said a mind curse. We haven't done one. This is the one for you right here.
Shut that shit up, man.
No. This is chill.
I'm serious about that shit, though.
No, I'm kidding, bro. Chill the F out.
I'm cool, man, but I'm telling you, man.
Chill the F out, bro. That's his mind crusher. And it is, why the F are we so uptight about kids using swear words?
I'm really not uptight about it, because as you know, I swear. But no, I wouldn't be that uptight about it, except other adults are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that.
And kids are gonna get to that, and I promise you, if you were a fly on the wall, you'll see. I promise you, your 6-7-year-olds, they cursing when they're amongst themselves, because that we did. You know what I'm saying? And we were no exception.
Yep.
You hear that.
It's
get it
kind of like adults. A verbal judo. Like you gotta kind of have that.
One of the worst things that you could have, especially if you live, where you're kind of unsupervised, one of the worst things you could have is big brothers and sisters. And you be 3-4 years younger than them. That's one of the worst things you could have. And your mom, sometime the way it used to be, I don't know how it is now, but your mom had to go out and hustle and do her thing. But she had, them that at that time, she could depend on them to watch you, but you were getting exposed to some things a lot of times you should not have been getting exposed to, at that age.
That's how it goes.
And then you just pass that on. Because I could remember, 5 or 6, my cousin gave me a fucking cigarette, We out there, smoking. I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? But, but she had stole, how she would steal one of my aunt's cigarettes when she'd sleep or whatever. Then when my aunt would go out to work or whatever, she'd fire up a cigarette thinking, but what was she doing? Just copying what my aunt was doing. You know what I'm saying? And what was she doing? Passing it on to me. Then as I got older, I'm sure I said, no, I don't want no cigarettes. I started passing weed on to kids. No, I always tried to think about that.
Them tricky cigarette there, boy.
I always tried to hide shit, from kids, like most adults like to do. But they're doing it. They seeing us do it, and they know it. And I remember it was somebody's kid. I'm not going to say who, but for a while they were thinking that they were hiding something from their kid smoking. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And they were like, I don't know, looking for their lighter or something like that. And the kid was like, oh, Dad, here it is. You can use this to light up your, you know what I'm saying? Like they knew all along. All this time you tipping around trying to hide what you were doing. And they're like 4 or 5 years old, like, man, I know what you doing, fool. I've been seeing you.
We already done seen that, bro.
I synced you. But yeah, man, kids nowadays, they're so smart, man.
And there's so much going on. So many ways to be exposed to things. Like
man, but just Google even, man, to be able to say, you know what? I want to learn what this means. Boom, Google tells me immediately. That shit that used to take us like 6 fucking weeks in the public library, looking all through books and going through Dewey Decimal System and all that shit.
And shit.
Yeah.
Loser.
So, but that's what they're saying is coming in y'all's lifetime, which is that quantum shit, right? Which is doing what? They said like the information that used to take maybe literally like thousands of years, this thing is gonna be able to do it in like 20 minutes, as far as finding that information. So and that's what if you really think about it, what Google has done, right? Because if you think about what you really had to do in a library to find information, now Google, boom, that's multiple
immediately.
Yeah. That's elevating shit multiple times.
Oh, I ain't heard about. I was checking my Binance. I didn't look at Floki specifically.
Floki, man, we gotta tell the people about Floki, man. But I want to check the Bitcoin price before we leave.
Yeah, you gotta talk that bit.
That Floki, we gotta tell them about that though. Spell that Floki for me, man.
F-L-O-K-I.
F-L-O-K-I.
Floki.
Now, this is not financial advice, man. Did I talk about Floki before? Seems like I remembered it. F-L-O-K-I.
Are you floking with me?
Man, you got that, hey, don't Floki with me, man. You got that T-shirt, the Floki, yet?
Mm-mm.
All right, we got to get that for next time.
Shoot that
F-L-O-K-Y. That's a long shot.
They're going to get the new merch. Next episode, we come with some new merch.
I'm going to give them my thesis, man, on this Floki.
Tell them.
Real simple.
And then
Floki is the name of Elon Musk's dog.
Mm-hmm.
I think he got one of them little designer dogs or whatever.
Yeah.
But Floki is his dog's name.
It's
man,
all
Elon Musk got to do is mention Floki one time, man. And Floki is on everybody's radar.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a long shot. Floki is like way under a penny now. Kind of like Dogecoin was.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a speculation. Just a little something, you know what I'm saying? Just pack it away. You know what I mean? And after a while, people start understanding Floki and the Floki coin and the ecosystem that's associated with what? Floki, right?
Floki, some Vikings.
So after a while, they
some
gonna
Viking
be like,
Elon Musk, mumbo.
I understand this whole Floki thing, man. And it's just a long shot, me betting on Elon Musk, maybe not even intentionally promoting Floki.
Floki!
Anyway. We talked about the Bitcoin
Talk that bit.
Just talk about this real quick too, man.
Come on.
Because last night we were saying, oh my God.
My God.
Yesterday I was talking about the sticking point that it would be at. And we talked about it being at 100,000 yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
But it was then tinkering on that because it went back to 99 and something, right? So we're looking at it now, it's at 101, 101,123. And as I said on the last episode, I think that it's going to do that leading into the Trump inauguration and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And the last 2 trading days have showed that. Although today was down a little bit.
A little turn up.
But,
a little turn up today.
The Crips are leading the charge. And I think it's going to do good over the next couple of trading days. We'll have to see. But I think it'll do pretty good. And I think once President Trump gets in for a little while, like I said, we'll be off to the races. Mm-hmm. And if we're not, you didn't hear shit here.
Nada here.
No, we're long term. So just get in that stuff if you want to stay for a while. And in the long term, you will do well. Guaranteed. Long term, you do well.
And if you cool with me, you can come school with
subscribe.
Me. Stay locked in. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay along for the ride, man, because we ain't going nowhere.
I want to give out some of
this merch. Ain't going nowhere.
Give out some of this merch, man.
Come on, man. You can even hit the old school, new school 6 at gmail.com, man. Send us a little love, a little address, man. We might send us. We got to get us a P.O. box.
What is that again now, the email address?
Old school, new school, like you see right here. 6 at gmail.com.
Okay.
Talk to the kid. Tell me a little something. See what you're trying to see. Some new merch dropping, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I want someone to send in a couple topics, recommendations. Oh my God, he's hanging, man. Oh my God. Man. Hangman. You ever used to play Hangman?
Yeah, I played Hangman, man. Yeah, I played that. I was bored in class before.
We got to get some recommendations for some topics we got to cover, all right?
Come on, let us know.
Because we going live, man. I mean, real soon.
We popping out live.
man. Talk to some of these schoolies and see if anybody has the guts to get on here and get down with us, man.
Old school, new school, man. You know what it is. You know who it is.
All right, man.
OG Lee, you in the East.
Jimmy Carter, rest in
Best
peace.
Best father-son podcast in
Bob
America.
Luca, rest in peace, man.
Yes, Lord.
They leaving him.
Hallelujah.
Oh, my God.
We out.
99.